Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of Loyola Softball as we get ready on senior night here in St. Ignatius as the Loyola Breakers taking on MAC on the softball field. And, well, it was a very heartwarming ceremony they had for the seniors tonight on the field, celebrating 6 seniors for the MAC group. MAC is Mission, Arley, and Charlotte, so a co-op of schools that allows the girls to play softball, and it was really great. And then they also, before they honored the MAC seniors, they also honored the Breakers seniors as well. We've got captains and coaches on the plate right now, and they have just shook hands, and we are just about ready to go. This is the last audio stream that the MPSN will be doing for our coverage of Breakers softball this year, as Saturday is the final regular season game of the season, as the Breakers will go to Butte for the Butte tournament for 1 game, and then come a week from tomorrow the divisional tournament will start for Class BC softball. Divisional tournaments will be going on all over the state for AA, A, and BC. Teams are lining up on the field right now on the white line so that we can have our national anthem. So we'll let them line up. We'll do the anthem, and when we come back, we will get you the starting lineups for today's matchup. The Breakers celebrating their seniors last Saturday against Troy with a victory. So now MAC will have their senior night as well. So officials on the field, and I think they are ready to go. Players on the field.
All right, thank you for being here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to take an opportunity to welcome you to Mission High School and MAC Lady Bulldogs softball. Today's matchup features the visiting Loyola Breakers and your Mission Lady Bulldogs. At Mission, we believe that sportsmanship is an expectation, so please let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate, and let the spectators be positive. The officials for tonight's matchup are Dan Herney and Emmett Tucker. Let's give them a round of applause, folks. At this time, we ask that you all rise, remove your hats.
All right, with the national anthem, we're going to go ahead and step aside. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mom, we don't don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Welcome back to MPSN as we get ready for today's game. Starting lineups being announced on the field right now. We'll go ahead and start with MAC, as our tradition is to cover or to announce the opposite team, as Loyola in our hearts is always the home team. Starting things off will be the senior, number 99, Tommy Brazil. She's going to be the pitcher. It'll be number 12, Lee Smith in center field, batting second. Batting third will be the senior, number 8, Caitlin Sorrell. She'll be the third baseman. Number 47, Asia Humphrey, will be the catcher, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be number 7, Frankie Smith. She's going to be the shortstop. Holding down first base, batting sixth, is number 13, Cheyenne Ream. Number 7, the second baseman, Adriana Thomas. Number 10. Number 1 will bat eighth, and she's the DP. That's Hayden Burke. And rounding out the order is number 3, Olivia Garland. She'll be hanging out left field. And the player in the flex is number 9, Taylor Olson. The MAC softball is coached by Susan Weaselhead. For the Breakers, starting things off will be number 6, Molly McHugh, the third baseman. Holding down second base and batting second is number 1, Helly Batterudine. Batting third is the pitcher, number 3, McKenna Bissett. The first baseman will bat fourth. That's number 5, Kayla Hitchcock. Batting fifth is Carly Tibbs. She'll be the wall behind the plate at the catcher position. Batting sixth is number 10, Emily Hermes, the shortstop. Number 7, the DP, number 12, Morgan Hall. Batting seventh. Batting eighth is number 25, Casey Donahue. She's going to hang out in right field. And the center fielder, number 20, Violet Whitegrass, will bat ninth. Stephanie Radcliffe is the flex for today's game. So that's your starting lineups for both sides as we get ready to go here in St. Ignatius. And what a gorgeous day we have here with the sun out, minimal clouds, and a little bit of a breeze.
Batting ninth today, number 3,
as they continue to announce the lineups.
And at the flex, number 9, Taylor Olson.
So that is your lineups that you just heard. Finishing up there for MAC. The Breakers, they are coached by Brian Bassett, his first year. Breakers are 10-9 on the season, and these two teams would meet all the way back on April 13th with MAC getting the win 15-7, and Romy Brazil was the starting pitcher for that game. She'd get a 1 inning, and then Cheyenne Ream and Lee Smith would finish out the game in the win. So we get ready to go here in St. Ignatius. As Brazil stands on the edge of the 5 Valley Auto pitcher circle, now throws in her warm-up pitches. So the Breakers, they will have their final game of the regular season on Saturday at the Butte Tournament. And then it's the divisional tournament, and then moving on to the state tournament. And then, folks, we are done with high school sports for the school year, which really kind of saddens my heart, because that means we're moving on to graduations, where so many of these young individuals we've gotten to know, and will now move on to their adult portions of their life, and that's always exciting. Fans streaming in here. It's a gorgeous view across the valley of the Missions. So Molly McHugh is at the plate, ready for her first pitch. Brazil steps to the rubber. McHugh, Badarudin, and Bissett on the opening inning. Here's Brazil with the first pitch. And it'll be a ball. First pitch is at 4:06 p.m. with a game time temp of 67 degrees, a wind coming out of the southeast at 4 miles an hour. Brazil now with the windup, and we'll get ball 2. And a moment here. It looks as though McHugh does have some sort of wristband on, so the official asking her to remove that. Our plate umpire is Dan Herma, and Emmett Tucker is in the field. And there is a ruling in MHSA that you cannot have any type of jewelry on, as this pitch is inside for ball 3. And the officials do regulate that for player safety. So McHugh settles in for the 3-0. And now Brazil is in the count with strike 1. 3-1 on the count. McHugh settles back in. And it's a full count at 3-2. Patience at the plate. Started out with a lead count at 3-0, but now settling has given us a full count at 3-2. And McHugh will swing foul. He'll Badarudin in the on-deck circle. 3-2. Brazil with her foot on the rubber and the pitch on the way. And McHugh will have a high shot into center field. Center fielder is back there. It's in the glove, and McHugh will be the first out of the game. 1 down as Heli Badarudin will come to the plate with 1 out. In that first game, both teams would be able to load up runs in that opening inning, each side earning 2 runs. Badarudin settles in, and a ball pitch to start off.
What was that first? Heather, what was that?
Here's Brazil, and she'll get an even count now against Badarudin. In that first game, Badarudin would go 1 for 3 with 3 runs and was walked. As we get ball 2. 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 2-1 by Brazil. And Badarudin will have this one in play in right field. Right fielder will put it in the glove, and there's 2 down now to start off the game. So with 2 outs, the pitcher, McKenna Bissett, will come to the plate for the Breakers. She'll warm up. And since she finished out her time waiting to play, and this one's into play right into center field on the hop, and Bissett will be the first run on for the Breakers with 2 outs. It's the first hit of the game. So that brings us to Kayla Hickether. Brazil with the pitch. And Hickether will let it slide by for ball 1. Hickether in that opening, or there in that first game, she would go 2 for 2 with a hit. And we get strike 1. Hickether 2 for 2 with 2 walks and an RBI. And we get ball 2 now. 2 outs on the board here in the first inning of the game. Breakers with a runner at first in Bissett. And this one's a short chopper. They're going to call it foul, and we'll be even at 2 on the count. Hickether at the plate. That puts Carly Tipp in the on-deck circle. As Hickether is going to have a blast down the third base line. This is going to be foul and out of play. And we stay at 2-2. So Hickether with a good shot down the first base line, or third base line, but a good 10 feet out of play. And they'll wait for the ball to be sent back in. Hickether pitched that first game against MAC. Here's Brazil. And this time Hickether will keep it a little straighter. It's back into left field, and it's off the fence. Bissett is going to go ahead and be waved around as Hickether stands up, and Coach Bissett says, no, we're going to hold you up right there. And a double for Hickether will put runners at second and third for the Breakers with 2 outs, and Carly Tipp comes to the plate. Tipp spins the bat and steps into the box. Here's the pitch by Brazil, and we go ball 1. Tipp in that first game, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. As it's ball 2. Pitch, swung on. This one's going to get over second base. Bissett will come around. Hickether is around the corner at third. The throw is made, and the Breakers will have 2 runs off of Tipp's single down into center field. And Loyola takes a 2-0 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with Emily Hermes coming to the plate and 2 outs. Hermes, a short stop for the Breakers. And a low pitch will go ball 1. And a strike pitch thrown. Hermes in the first game, 2 for 4 with 3 runs and a strikeout. And that'll get us to 2-1 on the count with that pitch. Really cool little facility they have here. Is another pitch low. Will give us 3-1 on the count. As the first base line has a little hill, and the fans gathered along the top of the hill in their chairs watching. Cool little element as the foul bounce will give us a full count at 3-2 for Hermes. Morgan Hall in the on-deck circle for the Breakers with 2 outs and a runner at first. Here's the pitch, and Hermes will have that one fouled back into herself. Keeps her alive at 3-2. Brazil steps onto the rubber, and the pitch. And Hermes will have this one in the glove of the second baseman. Great play, and that will end the side. The Breakers earn 2. They leave 1 behind, and we go to the bottom of the first. Loyola on top on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we drop down to the bottom of the second inning. Loyola Breakers lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Chemical scoreboard against MAC. Hello, Chris Stratton in St. Ignatius for the MAC hosting Loyola Breakers softball game. It's a gorgeous Thursday afternoon as well. There's 1 or 2 clouds in the sky. Outside of that is just a beautiful sunny day. It'll be Michaela Bissett to start things, or to be inside the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and it'll be Tommy Brazil, the pitcher, to lead off the inning for MAC. Now Bissett was not able to play in the first game, so this is her first pitch against Brazil this season. Brazil settles in as a left-handed batter. And a high pitch out of Tip's glove will be ball 1. Leave Smith in the on-deck circle, so Smith, it'll be Brazil, Smith, and Sorrell. As we get a strike pitch called. Brazil in that first game, 1 for 3 with a run, an RBI, and a walk and a strikeout. So she was very productive, and we'll get strike 2 against Bissett. Bissett, though, she has been a, well, lack of better terms, game changer for these Breakers, as she has pitched Loyola back into the postseason. As we get ball 2 on the low pitch. Last Friday, Bissett with a perfect game, striking out every batter that she faced. And another high pitch, full count. Good job by Brazil to lay off and be patient late in the at-bat. Here's the pitch. And a little hit foul just outside the press box here. Keeps the batter alive at 3-2. Bissett with the pitch, and another slicing contact, this one into the backstop, and we'll stretch out Bissett's pitch count at 3-2. Bissett with her foot on the rubber, pitch on the way, and this one will be a short little hopper, and it was there for Tip to pull down, but it was one of those ones that went straight about 10 feet up in the air and landed right behind the plate. So Brazil will settle back in with a loaded count at 3-2. And she'll be struck out for the first out of the inning. Brings us to Leave Smith. Center fielder for MAC. Pitch on the way. Swung on for strike 1. And Bissett spelling Hickether, taking a little pressure off of Hickether, as she had pitched against every batter leading up to Bissett, and that's how it goes with high school softball, as we're even on the count at 1. Oftentimes you'll have one set pitcher that will be able to knock down the batters, but it does get lonely and tiresome inside that Five Valley pitcher circle as we get strike 2 now. Bissett will check her wristband and Coach Bissett this year instituting the wristband with the Breakers. As this one will be a little chopper. Battle Routine will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first, take it there, secures, and they're going to say safe. Just ahead of the ball. And that will put a runner at first with one out for MAC. Next at the plate is number 8, Caitlin Sorrell, the third baseman. She'll check her wristband. So one on, pitch on the way, bunt showing. This is going to be a little hopper. Tip tries to get to it, but it'll fall for strike one behind the plate. That's a tough one when those ones come off the bat and they go straight up in the air right behind the plate. Catcher's got to work to get the gear off and jump out of the stirrups. Here's the pitch by Bissett, and it's a swing for strike two. 0-2 on the count. Runner at first and one out on the board. Breakers lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the 0-2 by Bissett. And she'll strike out the second batter. The toss down the first base line, but Smith will get in, and that'll take us to the number 4 batter, Asia Humphrey, number 47, the catcher. So 2 outs now off the strike. Pitch on the way. Runner's going to go on a high throw. Batter Radine's going to have to be there, and it's going to get into center field. That'll allow the runner to advance to third. And now MAC will have a runner at third with 2 outs as Humphrey comes to the plate. Plate umpire Dan Herna is going to go ahead and clean our plate off for us. And then he'll settle back in. Bissett with the pitch. And this one's a little foul ball down the third base line, just short of McHugh. And that'll be an even count at 1. Swing for strike 2. So Humphrey in that first game, she would go 3 for 4 with 4 runs, 4 RBIs, a strikeout, and a walk. Here's the 1-2 by Bissett. And this one's going to be foul back. They're going to say pass ball. And the runner will score from third as Humphrey reaches on the pass ball. That brings us to Frankie Smith now for MAC. 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, Loyola. Here's Bissett to Smith. Swing for strike 1. Frankie Smith pops this one foul for strike 2. 2 outs on the board with a runner at first. MAC with 1 run here in the bottom of the first so far. So Frankie would go 2 for 5 with a run, 2 RBIs in that first game on April 13th, and a high pitch will be ball 1. Here's the pitch by Bissett. And a swing to strike out the batter. 3 strikeouts, a run, and a runner left behind for MAC. We'll be back with the top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the second inning here in St. Ignatius as the Loyola Breakers lead the MAC softball program 2-1. MAC, that would be Mission, Arlee, and Charlotte Co-op. And for the Breakers, it'll be the bottom of their order, 7, 8, 9 batters scheduled up, with Morgan Hall, the DP, to lead things off. So Hall, Donahue, and Whitegrass. Toby Brazil will be inside the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the second inning. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and it's going to be outside for a ball. Morgan 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts the first at bat as we get a strike pitch here by Brazil. So even count at 1 on the inning's leadoff batter. A swing for strike 2. Casey Donahue in the on-deck circle. Brazil sets her foot on the rubber. And now the pitch. Ball 1, ball 2, even count. We'll have Mavericks coverage this weekend from Billings, as this one will be swung on with contact into the backstop. Keeps Hall alive with Donahue in the on-deck circle. So the Missoula Mavericks will be in Billings Saturday and Sunday. 2 games on Saturday. The Scarlets first, as we get the full count at 3-2 with Hall letting the ball go by. 3 o'clock first pitch against the Scarlets, and then roughly 5 o'clock for the second one. This one's going to roll out to the second baseman, throw to first, and Hall will be the first out of the inning. That brings us to Casey Donahue, the right fielder for the Breakers. And then on Sunday, a doubleheader. 10 o'clock first pitch at Delaware Park against the Scarlets once again, and then a 2 o'clock first pitch against Post 22 as Donahue will swing for strike 1. Strike 2. And that game against Post 22 on Sunday is going to be fun. That's the host team for the Firecracker Tournament the Mavericks annually go down to in Rapid City. And they're a pretty good team, folks. High pitch brings Donahue into the count with ball 1. So 1-2 on the count with 1 out and nobody on. Top of the second. Pitch on the way. And it's in the dirt to even us out at 2. Violet Whitegrass in the on-deck circle for the Breakers. Here's the pitch. And Donahue will put this one into center field. Center fielder's back there. It's in the glove, secured, and we have out number 2. So the pop out will put Donahue out, and we go to the bottom of the order to Violet Whitegrass, the center fielder. Whitegrass steps in, right-handed batter. Her first season with the Breakers softball program. Of course, we've seen her with basketball, as the first pitch will be a ball. And she is an athlete, folks. She works hard. As she's going to take this one in the hip, and the Breakers will have a runner at first. Off the hip by pitch, swinging us to the top of the order to Molly McHugh, which is always dangerous. McHugh in that number 1 spot because she is batting so well against the Breakers. Here's the pitch. And a strike thrown, and they're going to have Whitegrass jump back in. And she will just have a fingernail touching the bag when she gets back, as we have strike 1. This one McHugh will put into play. The right fielder's there. It's in the glove, and the side is done. 1 runner on off the hit by pitch, left behind, and we stay at 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Back with more Maverick burst. Loyola Softball right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Strapp from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the bottom of the second inning. Loyola Breakers lead MAC 2-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For MAC here in the second inning, it's the 6, 7, 8 batters. Cheyenne Ream, Adriana Thomas, and Caden Burke scheduled up on the inning. McKenna Bissett inside the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's circle, getting ready as the girls gather, the infield gathers up inside the pitcher's circle, and now we are ready to go with Ream. And the first pitch is going to be hit right to Bissett. She'll have the throw to first, and we've got an out very quickly. So that'll take us to the 8-spot batter, and it's scheduled for Adriana Ream, but we've got Courtney Mitchell at the plate, and Coach Weaselhead making the change with Dan Herna, our plate umpire. So that puts Courtney Mitchell in the number 7 spot in the order. Here's the pitch by Bissett, and a swing for strike 1. Now, those of you that have tuned in for Loyola basketball, girls basketball, well, Mitchell, part of that Mission Bulldogs team, as this one's popped up in the air. Bissett will come up, put it in the glove, and that is 2 down now here in the bottom of the second. But Mitchell owning the key and really working those girls hard to get them into the divisional divisional play-in game, the Breakers eventually winning. So we had Caden Burke scheduled, but we have number 34, and I don't have a name for number 34. a switch in the number 8 spot instead of Caden Burke. McKenna, and it might be Caden Burke that she's just wearing number 34 instead of number 1, because I think I hear the MAC players cheering her on. This one's hit right to Herman. She'll have the throw to first, and Hickether foot on the bag, and that's a side. 1, 2, 3 for MAC in the second. Breakers get a chance to extend their lead right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network in St. Ignatius, Montana. Loyola Breakers taking on the MAC softball program, and the Breakers with a 2-1 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here in the top of the third, it will be the 2, 3, 4 batters, Batterudine, Bissett, and Hickether scheduled on the inning. As Batterudine, and we have a change going on, as Bissett and Weaselhead will discuss it. Herna coming down, and I think he's going to head over to the Breaker dugout. To discuss some sort of change, or not quite sure. He's got his little book out. And now Herner will return to behind the plate. It is Tommy Brazil in the 5 Valley Auto Pitcher Circle, her 3rd inning in there. The first matchup on April 13th, she would pitch 1 inning. And now Coach Weaselhead letting her go. First pitch on its way, and Batterudine will let it go by for ball 1. First at bat for Batterudine, 0 for 1. And now we get a bark from Herna for strike 2, or strike 1. And another strike call for Batterudine. So 1-2 on the count, and a high pitch will have us at an even count of 2. So the end of the prep sports season, spring sports season, as this one's right over the shortstop's head, and it's going to get some eyes as it rolls right past the fielder, and a slide by Batterudine in the second. A punch out by Emma Tucker, and that's out number 1. So Batterudine taking a little bit more than maybe she should have, and well, life isn't worth living without the risk. And the Breakers will have 1 out. That brings up McKenna Bissett. And they're going to go ahead and send Bissett to first to pitch around her. So a runner on with Kayla Hickether. And Hickether would have a smart little double into center field to put Bissett into scoring position her last at bat. Brazil with the pitch, and it's a strike to Hickether. Hickether, one of the Breaker seniors, and she's going to be taking her talents to the collegiate level. following the footsteps of her sister. Hickether with a golf shot straight up in the air into center field. Center field will run in, and it's not in the glove as they run into each other. The throw to second as the center and left fielder run into each other. And the Breakers will have a runner at first and second off of the error. And, well, I think Brazil is in left field now, and we've got a new pitcher. And this is a low pitch for ball to Carly Tip. Ball to the Tip. Now Tip was able to bring home Hickether and Bissett in the previous inning, or the previous at bat. As this one's popped in short of second, in the glove, and out number 2. So the pitcher will step onto the rubber. Hermes in the box for her second at bat. It's going to be inside for ball 1. 2 outs with runners at first and second with the Breakers here in the third, as this one's in the dirt for ball 3. Hermes, her first at bat, 0 for 1. And the high pitch will get us 3-0. Throw over to first real quick, but Hickether jumps back on the bag very quickly. And now 34 will get into the count with strike 1. Hermes will slice this one. It's going to be fair. The first baseman has it in the glove on the leading catch, and that'll finish out the side. So the Breakers put 2 on, but they're left behind, and it stays 2-1 on the Fast Trip Chronicle scoreboard. Bottom of the third coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning. Breakers lead 2-1 on the Fast Trip Chronicle scoreboard over MAC here in St. Ignatius. Senior night for the MAC softball program as they celebrated 6 seniors. The Breakers had their senior night last Saturday, celebrating their seniors against Troy, and Kayla Hickether pitching a win for that celebration. Well, now MAC wants to do the same for their seniors in the last home game. Breakers will go on the road on Saturday to play 1 game in Butte at the Butte tournament, and then they will get themselves ready for divisionals the following weekend. For MAC, it is the 9-1-2 batters as Olivia Garland, the left fielder, comes to the plate. Here's the pitch by Bissett. And a high pitch will get us ball 1. So with the bottom of the order at the plate, it's Tommy Brazil. And we get ball 2. So 2-0 on the count. Here's the pitch by Bissett. A swing for strike 1. So 2-1 on the count. Garland 1 for 4 with a run, a walk, a strikeout, and an RBI, as we get an even count at 2 on that game on April 13th in Missoula. Bissett now with the windup. And a swing with contact to go foul into the backstop to keep the batter alive. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the third. Bottom of the order. Here's the pitch by Bissett. And this one will have some air coming up, and putting it in the glove is the left fielder. Great job by Donahue to track that one down. And that's one out. Swings us to the top of the order. And it'll be Tommy Brazil to start things off. Here's Bissett with the first pitch. And Brazil will have a foul ball into the fence. Brazil in that first at-bat, struck out by Bissett. Bissett steps to the rubber, and now the 0-1 is on its way. And over the plate for strike two. MAC with 6 seniors, they have a good chance to go deep the western side of the state, as this one will be bounced out to Bissett. The throw to first, Hicketh their foot on the bag, and that's out number 2. But the western side of the state pretty well loaded with some good teams. As coming to the plate now is Lee Smith, the center fielder. And Smith to settle in. But with Florence, MAC, and Loyola, the West could see the state title, as the first pitch will be a ball to Smith. Florence could be a 2-time champion, or back-to-back champion, I mean, as they won it last year impressively. As we go even on the count with that pitch. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the third. Breakers will have the middle of their order, 4, 5, 6 on the schedule in the next half inning. And a strike for Bissett to make it 1-2 on the count. And MAC playing very well. They have the opportunity to hold their own destiny, especially with the divisionals is going to be tough for these teams. And a strikeout to end the side. So the Breakers will hold off, and it's 1-2-3 once again. Top of the fourth right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we roll to the top of the fourth inning. And starting things off for the Breakers is Morgan Hall. And Hall will have an even count at 1. Chris Stratton and St. Ignatius for the Loyola versus MAC game, softball game. And a low pitch will be 2-1 on the count now for Morgan Hall. Bottom of the order, Hall, Donahue, and Whitegrass for the Breakers. And Hall with a good slice, but it's going to be foul to get her to strike 2. So 2-2 to Morgan Hall. Hall's first at bat was 0 for 1. As we get a pitch in the dirt to expand to a full count at 3-2. Leadoff batter here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. And Hall will be walked. So that brings us to Casey Donahue, the right fielder. Donahue will settle in with 1 on. Showing bunt. And Dan Herna, our plate umpire, will raise his fist in the air for strike 1. Emmett Tucker in the field for our officiating. Pitch on the way, bunt laid down, beautiful bunt down the third base line. Throw to first will have the out, but the sac bunt does its job. As now the runner will advance to second with 2 outs on the board. Drops us down to Violet Whitegrass, the center fielder. One out, 1 on, and Whitegrass with a bunt that's going to go in the dirt. Great job by the third baseman and laying out for the foul shot. And will be strike 1. Caitlin Sorrell diving in. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down. This time it's going to be down the third base line. And Sorrell cannot pick it up. That puts runners on the corners with 1 out as the Breaker dugout comes alive. And we swing to the top of the order to Molly McHugh with 1 out and runners on the corners. And that's going to bring the coach out for a visit as the infield will come together and huddle up. And that gives us an opportunity to talk about one of the great groups that we get to work with here at MPSN, and that's Tip Coburn and Associates, who've been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense law in addition to other areas for the past 60 years. That's right, folks. They've got a anniversary this year. If you need some legal assistance, a little advice, we'll give them a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tcsattorneys.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montanans since 1959 and proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 4th, 1 out on the board. Molly McHugh, top of the order at the plate with runners at first and third. Here's the pitch, and McHugh will let it go by for strike 1.
Hey guys, don't be playing around on the stairs.
Here's the pitch, and McHugh with a cracked foul. No, that's going to be fair. It's in the glove of the left fielder, and that'll bring the runner home, and the Breakers will take a 3-1 lead on the sac fly by McHugh with 2 outs on the board now. Giving us McKenna, or Helly Battle-Dean. So Whitegrass stays at first, 2 outs on the board, and the Breakers earn a run. Battle-Dean settles in, and here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's over the head of the shortstop. It's going to roll all the way to the fence into center field. They're waving Whitegrass around. The throw is made home, and Whitegrass, she'll make the run, but they won't throw, and Whitegrass slides in to make it 4-1 Breakers on the Fast Trip Chemical scoreboard. And Battle-Dean will stand at second. That brings us to the pitcher, McKenna Bissett. 2 outs on the board. And they're going to go ahead and put Bissett at first once again to go to Kayla Hickether. Bissett just as lethal at the plate as she is inside the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's circle. First pitch to Hickether is going to be in the dirt for ball 1. 2 outs with runners at first and second. And we've got Asia Humphrey in the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's circle as this high pitch will make it ball 2. So 2-0 on the count to Hickether. She'll swing. This one will go foul, and she'll have strike 1. So 2-1 on the count. 2 outs and runners at first and second. Here's the pitch to Hickether. And she will go ahead and commit. That'll be strike 2 on the check swing. So 2-2 on the count. Tension building. And we get a full count on the low pitch. Hickether slices foul. She'll stay alive at the 3-2 count. For MAC, it'll be their 3, 4, 5 batters scheduled in the bottom of the 4th. As we stare down a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Bissett at first, Batterudine at second. Here's the pitch to Hickether. She'll go ahead and pop this one in the air. It's going to be in play, and Humphrey puts it in the glove. So 1 run earned, 2 left behind, and it's 4-1 Breakers on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN as we hop down to the bottom of the 4th inning. Breakers lead MAC 4-1 here in St. Ignatius, and for MAC it is Caitlin Sorrell, the 3rd baseman, to lead things off. So it'll be Sorrell, Humphrey, and Smith, 3, 4, 5 scheduled on the inning. McKenna Bissett still holds down the 5 Valley Auto pitcher circle for the Breakers. First pitch of the inning on its way, and it'll be inside for ball 1. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, we have just about reached the 1 hour mark as Bissett will toss, and we get strike 1. First pitch was at 4:06. It's 5 o'clock right now, and honoring the seniors tonight here in St. Ignatius for MAC. This one's going to be plugged out, and Batterudine can't get to it. That puts a runner at first for MAC. So that brings us to Asia Humphrey, who has moved over to the pitcher's circle. Bissett gets the pitch from the dugout. puts her foot on the rubber, and now it's on its way. And Humphrey will let it go by high for ball one. No outs on the board with a runner at first. And it was late in the game when Mac took off in that April 13th game. As this one's going to be batted into the fence down the third base line to even the count at 1. For Humphrey, 0 for 1 strikeout, but she does have an RBI. Swung on to even the count at 1. And Herna will give us our count, so it's actually 1-2. And the wild pitch will get the runner to second.
Good job, kid.
For Bassett, 3 innings pitched, 1 run off of 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. And this will be ball 3 to get us a full count. Frankie Smith in the on-deck circle as we get the windup. And this one's going to be down the third base line. They say foul, and Humphrey will go again. 46 total pitches for Bassett. Here's the pitch now. Swung on, and this one's going to be foul down the third base line. So Humphrey will continue to battle against Bassett. Runner at second for Mac with no outs. Bassett now set on the rubber. And the pitch. Swung on, foul once again, this time into the backstop. And we stay at 3-2. Breakers will have their final regular season game on Saturday as they go to Butte for 1 game in the Butte tournament. And then it's divisionals for BC. Actually, everybody's going to have their divisional tournament next. Bassett relaying the pitch to Tip. Humphrey ready in the box and the pitch on the way. And a swing for strikeout on out number 1. Frankie Smith now, the shortstop, to the plate for Mac. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on. This one's going to be short, and McHugh will lay out for the catch. Diving into the dirt for out number 2. And that's 2 down very quickly for Mac. As Cheyenne Ream will come to the plate for the second time today. So Sorrell reaching to start the inning, and then the steal to second. She stands there, but there's been 2 outs since. And the first pitch, a strike. And we'll get an even count now for Ream. And a swing for strike 2. Here's the pitch. And this one will have contact, but it'll be foul right over the fence down the first base line. And Ream will stay alive. She was 0 for 1 as this one will be blasted foul down the third base line. So she's finding her legs here at the plate. Bottom of 4, Breakers lead 4-1 on the Fast Trips Conoco scoreboard, but a runner in scoring position at second. Here's the 1-2. And the runner's going to go, but they'll let her go. And that will put a 2-2 count on the board on the ball pitch. Here's the pitch now by Bissett. Swung on. This one's going to be foul, but can they get to it? No. And we continue here at 2-2. Bissett now, foot on the rubber, pitch on the way. This one will be in play. Nope, they're going to call foul. Sneaking along that third base line and rolled just out of play. So we stay at 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner at third now. Good crowd here. Lots of fans. This one's going to roll out. Batterudine will have it. The throw to first is high, but Hickether will have her foot down, and that is the side. So Mac able to put one on and have the threat at third, but Loyola shuts it down, and we stay 4-1. Top of the 5th at the top of coming up. We'll be back right after this.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we move to the top of the 5th inning. Breakers lead 5-1. First pitch has been thrown out. It'll be a ball to Carly Tip. So for the inning, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters, Tip, Hermes, and Hall. Tip lets another one go by, and we go 2-0 on the count. Tip on the day, 1 for 2 with a pair of RBIs. That would come at her first bat as she's going to see strike 1. 2-1 on the count. Here's the pitch. And we get another high one. For ball 3. Asia Umphrey inside the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's circle. Here's the pitch. And we get a full count as Tip just let it go by. And she looks down the third baseline to Coach Bissett and says, I know I should have swung. Here's the pitch. And she will on this one. It's going to be popped and land on the dugout down the first base line. That is actually the Breaker dugout. So 3-2 on the count. Leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. And that's going to be a walk for Tip. With 1 on and no outs, that'll bring us to Emily Hermes, her third at bat. She checks her wristband. And she'll settle in. Breakers coming off of a tough loss against Hamilton on Monday. As the inside pitch will be ball 1, and the Breakers and the Bronx would keep that one tight all the way until the 5th inning, and then Hamilton found the hole in the defense as we get ball 2. And we go to 2-1 now off the pitch. Runner at first, in tip.
I'll be back here a lot for camps and stuff.
And we jump to 3-1 on the count. Herna behind the plate, and Hermes will put this one in center field. It's got some leg underneath it, but the center fielder's there. And that will be out number 1 as Tip stands at first. Morgan Hall, the DP, will come to the plate now for the Breakers with 1 out and 1 on. And Hall rushes out here from the dugout. Here's the pitch. Showing bunt, and this wild pitch is going to go into the dirt, which allows Tip to get to second. Settling in, and now the pitch. This one's going to be swung on to the shortstop. The throw to first is there, tagged down, and Tip's going to go ahead and take third, and they're going to punch her out at third. And Bissett will step up and question it, but that's going to be the side. So Tip gets on. A shot to the shortstop will be the out of the inning, and we stay at 4-1. Bottom of the 5th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times, with a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable. Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Bottom of the 5th inning here in St. Ignatius between Loyola Breakers and the MAC softball program. MAC coming from Mission, Arley, and Charlotte. And McKenna Bassett knocking down batters from the 5 Valley Auto Pitcher Circle. It is a 4-1 lead for the Breakers on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, as Bassett continues to warm up. And for MAC, it is the bottom of their order. 7-8-9 with Andrea Thomas to lead things off. No? Oh, that's right. There was a switch up, and it's actually Courtney Mitchell. So Mitchell settles in as Bassett looks to the dugout for the pitch. 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Breakers owning it, as Mitchell will swing for strike 1. And Mitchell, as I mentioned, she is part of that basketball program for the Lady Bulldogs as she swings for strike 2. Very impressive young lady. She's stuck out of my mind. Last 2 seasons for Mission. And she'll swing to be struck out for the first out of the inning. So now we have number 34 at the plate. Actually, no, it's a change. And it'll be Caden Burke now at the plate for MAC. And McHugh looks like she's got an issue with her eye, and the girls are out there taking a look at it. while we have this timeout, I wonder if she wears contacts and they're trying to fix her contact. She had a diver in the dirt in the previous half inning, and that product that they put down can be pretty lethal. And now our plate umpire, Herma, comes out to check on McHugh. She's got a big smile on her face. I don't think I've ever seen her without a smile on her face. And now Bissett comes out. You okay? He says. She waves yes. And everybody will put their gloves and masks back on and get ready. So 1 out on the inning as Burke comes back to the plate. Here's the first pitch to Burke, and it'll be over the plate for a strike. Hickether from the mound in 4 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run off of 2 hits and 7 strikeouts. As this one's popped in the air and Tip is not able to get to it. And we'll have strike 2. 1 out on the board. Olivia Garland in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And now we get ball 1. So it's a quick 1-2 on the count. Bissett with the pitch. And a swing, and that will be out number 2. So Bissett striking out the first 2 batters of the inning. Dropping us to the bottom of the order, Olivia Garland. Garland 0 for 1. Here's Bissett with the first pitch, and we'll see ball 1. Bissett doing a good job of holding off this MAC group, who has been very impressive. They played very tight, but it's been the pitching of Bissett that has, for the most part, held everything off. Even count at 1. As we get a high pitch for ball 2. 2 outs on the board. No runners on. The pitch swung on. This will be fouled into the backstop. And we'll be even on the count at 2. Bissett settles in on the rubber. And the windup. And that will get us to a full count at 3-2. And Bissett really settles herself in on the rubber. Is when she steps on, she's got a little shake that she kind of loosens herself up, and they're going to say there was contact on that swing, so the batter will stay alive at 3-2. But she'll step onto the rubber and then just take a deep breath and just kind of shake everything out in her arms to settle herself in. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and it's 1-2-3. Strikes you out for all 3 batters on the inning. Top of the 6th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Top of the 6th inning, Breakers lead MAC 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as we get set to go. As we were waiting for the catcher to get her gear on as she was up to bat in the last half inning. And now Humphrey will warm up. And it looked like she twisted her knee on that warm-up pitch. Came through, oh, she's showing us she came through and bounced the ball off of her knee there. So hopefully she's all right. For the Breakers, it will be Morgan Hall to lead things off. So it is the 7, 8, 9 batter scheduled on the inning for the Breakers. Hall will settle in with Whitegrass in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball 1. For Hall, 0 for 1 with a run and a walk. As we get ball 2. And Herner will give us our count at 2-1, so I'm behind on the strike count as he'll put his arm in the air for strike 2. 2-2 on the count now for Hall. And an inside pitch will get us to a full count. Nice crowd here at St. Ignatius School, and a strikeout for the first out of the inning for Humphrey. We go to Casey Donahue now. And this is really like the heart of high school sports, is when you get into the small towns like this, the community really comes out and supports. As we get a high pitch for ball 1. You come out here for a basketball game in the wintertime, folks, and good luck trying to get anything at the grocery store. I mean, the town basically shuts down to support their high school sports. As we get ball 2 now to Donahue. Love seeing that type of support in their community. We get spoiled in Missoula with having 5 high schools. As we get another ball pitch to go 3-0 on the count. And it looks like the town shut down for softball this afternoon as well here in St. Ignatius. And Whitegrass will get strike 1. So 3-1 on the count to Violet Whitegrass. So it was Donahue, not Hall, at the plate. And Whitegrass will swing to get us a full count at 3-2. 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Pitch on the way. And Whitegrass will be struck out. That's 2 down on the strikeouts by Humphrey. And we swing to the top of the order to Molly McHugh. McHugh to settle in. Pitch on the way. And McHugh will step out of the way for ball 1. Here's the pitch. High, and we've got ball 2 for McHugh on the game. She is 0 for 1, or 0 for 2, does have an RBI though. Here's the pitch. Check swing. And it's going to be 3-0, and Coach Weaselhead wants a check from our field official, and he says safe. So 3 balls, no strikes, with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the pitch to McHugh, and she'll let it roll by, and McHugh will be walked to put a runner at first for the Breakers with 1 out, and we go to Helly Badarudin. So Badarudin will settle in. Pitch on the way. And it's over the plate for strike 1. Bissett in the on-deck circle. The last 2 times that Bissett's been at the plate, they have put her on first as we get a ball pitch to even the count. So we'll see if they do that once again here, if Bissett gets to the plate with 2 outs here. Here's the 1-1. And this one's going to be in the dirt. McHugh's going to take off to second, and she'll stand up as the ball's picked up down the first base line. And Badarudin will be in the lead on the count at 2-1. Here's the pitch by Humphrey. And contact. This one's going to get eyes as it gets by the third baseman. And Badarudin will reach. That'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs for the Breakers. And they're going to have Bissett bat. Nope. Irma, our plate umpire, points to first, and she'll toss the bat aside and head down the line, bringing Kayla Hickether to the plate. So all 3 of the 4 times that Bissett's been at the plate, they have pitched around her. And that will bring up Kayla Hickether with loaded bases and 2 outs. Contact by Hickether could blow things up here in the 6th inning for the Breakers. 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And that pitch looked outside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. Hickether settles in. I'm free with the pitch, and that time we get a bark for strike from Irma to make it even on the count. Hickether with the layoff, and that one's in the dirt to go 2-1. Humphrey will settle the dirt in front of the rubber, now steps on. Here's the pitch. Hickether will swing for strike 2. And Hickether with a good cut, but that was a dirty pitch by Humphrey. Here's the pitch now. And Hickether will have a full count at 3-2 with loaded bases. And the MAC crowd not happy with Herna's call. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and they say contact, strikeout, and that's the side. So loaded bases will stay with 3 left behind, and it's 4-1 still on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Bottom of the 6th inning here at St. Ignatius Softball Field, where the Loyola Breakers lead MAC Softball 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It's been a clinic by Bassett here in the first 5 innings. We'll have the top of the order to start things off for MAC and Tommy Brazil, who started off in the pitcher's mound, or pitcher's circle for MAC. Bassett, foot on the rubber, ready for her first pitch as Brazil settles in. And contact on the swing for strike 1. Breakers will have their final regular season game of the year in Butte. This is the last broadcast of Breakers softball today, as the pitch over the plate for strike 2, as divisionals will start next weekend. Here's the pitch, and Brazil will be struck out for out number 1. We go to the number 2 spot in the order to leave Smith, who's had some good plays in center field. She's got a killer glove out there and has been able to hold off some breaker shots. Swing, and this one's going to be foul for strike 1. With leave at the plate, that puts Sorrell in the on-deck circle. Bassett's pitch will be swung on for strike 2. Here's the pitch by Bassett. Swung on, foul down the third base line. And Smith will have a chance once again at 0-2. Bassett with the pitch. And we get strikeout. Herna with the chainsaw pull for out number 2 on the K. Caitlin Sorrell to the plate now with 2 outs and nobody on, bottom of the 6th. It's 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Bassett will bounce this one in front of the plate for ball 1. Sorrell with a good game so far. 1 for 2. She's been struck out. And Bassett will float one in for ball 2. Sorrell has had contact, and I think that's why Bassett is giving her some different pitches, is a swing with contact for strike 1 on the foul ball. Here's the pitch. And we get 3-1 on the count now. Bassett has not had a walk so far today. The pitch. And they're going to say strike 2. Herna with a hesitation, but he will put his fist in the air, and we're at a full count now. And the first walk of the game for Bassett heads down the line to first base. So with a runner on at first and 2 outs, we come to Asia Umphrey. Umphrey will call time and then checks her wristband before settling back in. Here's the pitch. And contact down the third base line, in play into left field. Chase down and the throw in. And with 2 outs, MAC will have runners at first and second, with Frankie Smith coming to the plate. Smith on the day, 1 for 3 with a run and 2 strikeouts. And the pitch will get through the glove of Tip. That'll advance the runners down the line to second and third. And MAC mounting a rally here, down 4-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the 1-0 by Bissett. And she'll put it over the plate for strike 1. The pitch. Swung on. This one's popped up in the air. Batteradine back to the fringe. Secured in the glove. No, she doesn't hold on to it. Both runners will score, and it's 4-3. Breakers off of the air. And MAC has tightened the game up. 1-run lead for the Breakers now in the bottom of the 6th. And we come to Cheyenne Lee. Bissett settles in with a runner at first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Over the plate for a strike. Pitch on the way. Swung on, and we'll have strike 2. So Bissett in the infield with a little conference between batters, and Bissett has settled back in. Time is called, and now Bissett will step back on the rubber. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, and she'll on the side. No, it's a pass ball down the first base line, and Higather will have her foot on the bag, and that will be the side. 2 runs earned, 1 left behind for MAC, and it's now 4-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the 7th coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN, top of the 7th inning. Breakers lead 4-3 after MAC was able to squeeze off a couple of runs, and it's Carly Tip at the plate for the Breakers to start the 7th inning. And then we'll have a ball pitch to Tip. Next one in by Humphrey will be ball 2. Tip with some contact, and she'll find the gap. Stands at first, and it'll be a hit for the Breakers to start the 7th inning. For Humphrey, she's had 4 total innings, 2 runs off of 3 hits, 3 strikeouts and 6 walks. Humphrey now with the pitch, and Emily Hermes will watch the strike go by. So 1-0 or 0-1 on the count, no outs, and Tip at first. And the throw down the first base line will be even on the count at 1. Deep breath. Humphrey settles on the rubber and the pitch on the way. And that one's in the dirt for ball 2. Pitch. And Hermes will be in the lead on the count at 3-1 for Hermes. As I bring up the breaker stats, she's 0 for 3 and will be walked on the pitch. So with no outs, the Breakers will have runners at first and second as Morgan Hall will come to the plate for the 4th time tonight. 4 o'clock pitch, 4:06 first pitch. We're at 5:41, so about an hour and 35 as the first pitch will be a strike to Hall. Hall 0 for 2. She's got a run and a walk. As they throw over to second, we go even on the count. And Hall will foul it down the third base line to get us to strike 2. Tip at second. Hermes at first. And this one's going to be just bounces around and it's not caught. Runners will advance, will throw to third, and Hermes will reach off of the catch, the error, and that will load the bases up. With back-to-back errors by Mac. That one was hit the second baseman, Thomas, not able to put it in the glove. Tip held up at second and saw that it was dropped, took off. The throw to third was made, but it was off target where the third baseman had to step off the bag, and that loads the bases with no outs. Taking us to Casey Donahue. And Donahue will have ball 1 with the wild pitch. Tip thought about making it down the line and turned around and headed back. Here's Humphrey with the pitch, and a strike to Donahue. Even count. She'll nod her head as she steps back and looks down the third base line to Coach Bissett. Humphrey puts her foot on the rubber, and now the pitch. And it'll be low for ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Top of the 7th, no outs and loaded bases for the Breakers. They lead 4-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Donahue will swing for strike 2 to even out the count. Here's the pitch. And a swing for strike 3 for out number 1. And we drop to the bottom of the order to Violet Whitegrass with 1 out and loaded bases for the Breakers. Whitegrass, as I mentioned earlier, her first year with the Breakers program. She'd have her first home run a couple of weeks ago, or actually it was a week ago, as the first pitch laid in is ball 1. And a high pitch. This one's going to get out of the hand, and that'll allow Tip to get down the line to third. Runners will advance to second and third. And not quite sure. That one looked like it just came out of the hand of the catcher wrong. And Tip will earn the run to make it 5-3 Breakers. As the MAC infield will gather inside the circle. Actually, I think everybody's come in for a quick cancel. So Whitegrass will stand at the plate. And as I mentioned, she received her first, or had her first home run a little over a week ago, I think, maybe 2. As she shows bunt, the bunt will be laid down, picked up by Humphrey. Runner will hold, throw to first is made, but not in time. And the Breakers will load the bases back up with 1 out. And we swing to the top of the order to Molly McHugh. As Whitegrass reaches off the bunt. So Hermes stands at third, Hall at second, and the first pitch will be a strike. And now Whitegrass at first off of the lazy bunt. And that ball came off the bat, and it looked like molasses rolling. McHugh chops this one high into right field. Right fielder will come up. Can't put it in the glove. She struggles with it. That'll bring the runner home from third, and the Breakers will keep the bases loaded with 1 out. And it's now 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Helly Badarudin comes to the plate. And the wild pitch, runners will hold. Actually, it was a good pitch. The catcher just didn't hold on to it. We'll have ball 1. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball 2. Badarudin, 3 for 4 with an RBI today. She's got loaded bases. And this one will be punched straight up in the air down the first base line in the glove, and that'll be out number 2 as Humphrey will have the catch down the first base line. Bases stay loaded with 2 outs now, and it's McKenna Bissett with loaded bases. They have been pitching around Bissett, but with loaded bases, they're going to put her in the plug, and she's going to bat. Here's the first pitch, and Bissett will rifle this one foul, or no, it's going to be fair down the third base line, and the third baseman will have it in the glove. So 2 runs earned with 3 left behind, and the Breakers lead 6-3. It's all or nothing for MAC right after this, bottom of 7th. You're listening to Loyola Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we drop to the final half inning here in St. Ignatius. Chris Stratton for MPSN as the Breakers lead 6-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and it'll be Courtney Mitchell to start things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It is all or nothing for MAC. McKenna Bissett putting on a clinic. As the first pitch to Mitchell will be a strike. Bissett, 6 innings, 3 runs off of 3 hits, 12 strikeouts, and 1 walk. And she's going to tag the batter to put a runner on, so it'll be her first hit by pitch. Actually, no, they're going to be a foul ball. And Mitchell will be struck out for out number 1. So that brings up Caden Burke. Nope. It is not Caden Burke. It's 34 once again. And I apologize, I don't have her on my sheet, so. So with the adjustment made in the plate umpire's book, reset, and Bissett puts her foot on the rubber. She'll check the field behind her to make sure everybody's set, and now the first pitch. Swung on, foul, down the first base line, third base line for strike 1. Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be foul back to get a strike 2. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Breakers lead 6-3. This would even up the season against these two teams. MAC getting the 15-7 win in the first matchup, and we'll have a strikeout for out number 2. This brings us to Olivia Garland, bottom of the order for MAC with 2 outs on the board. Here's the pitch, and it's over the plate for a strike. Garland settles in, and the 0-1 by Bissett. Over the plate for strike 2. 2 down, 0-2 count. And now the pitch by Bissett. Contact is going to roll out. Batterudine will pick it up in the dirt. The throw to first, and that is game. Breakers get the win, 6-3 over MAC in St. Ignatius. They'll move on to play against, or play in the Butte tournament on Saturday. MPSN will be in Billings for 4 games with the Mavericks against the Royals, the Scarlets, and Post 22. We'll talk to you on Saturday, folks, from Billings. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well,